good night, Master Timmo. I'm Andres. I will be your translator, and
Okay.
welcome
Thank
to
you.
Jhon Jatenjor interview. No, thanks to you.
Welcome.
As a metalhead, as a fan of your music, it's an honor, man, for me. It's an honor, Master.
Okay.
But I will let you with Jhon. Jhon is the guy of the questions.
Okay.
Gracias, Timmo, por la oportunidad. De hecho, in Spanish. Entonces, yo quisiera, bueno, felicitarte porque tu carrera es muy amplia, muy, muy excelente. Yo quisiera comenzar porque sé que realizaste un tema, aparte del demo que tú hiciste. Hay un álbum importante de la CBF de Finland, que es una de las mejores sellos discográficos, y me pareció increíble el Fright Night, el álbum. ¿Sabe qué me pareció increíble? Que habla sobre cómo el hombre a través de la noche reivindica su poder en la música. Entonces yo quisiera preguntarle qué es lo más significativo para ti que la música y qué recuerdas sobre este gran álbum.
Okay, we are going early in your career, but with Fright Night and but with the meaning of that album about like the night and the powers of the night of the men. What is the reminiscence that you got going back in time from that first war and coming now what you are making now with your career as a musician?
Well, there's kind of an innocence because that was recorded in like 3 days or something. You know, it took like 3 days to make, and of course you can't get proper stuff done in 3 days in the studio. That's impossible. So it's kind of naive feeling to listen to that first one because it's still in a very early stages, the whole style and everything. So, but it's a good start, you know. And we worked really, really hard since '84 to make it happen, you know, to get the new first record deal and stuff like that. So it wasn't easy.
De hecho, yo quisiera recordarle, bueno, yo me introduje en el inicio de todo de Timmo Tolkki, lo más increíble. Sabe que también me pareció interesante porque fue de Twilight Time. Twilight Time representa como esa experiencia en que tú tuviste en algunos países, tocar esa melodía en vivo y más que todo sobre cómo fue la manera en cómo describiste el momento de tu amor por por la música en todo. Y eso es bastante interesante.
Okay, now Jhon is asking you. Okay, moving on some years about Twilight Time, and we now recovering your first answer that you say that it was the first album was made in few days.
Yeah.
But it's very yes. How was going a little bit more in your career, a few years doing Twilight Time, like when the people and the audience started to, because I want to ask you this. This question is not only from Jhon, from myself. Sometimes I don't like the tags that people make because they say that yes, you made power metal, no classical, but how do you describe it? Because in your words as a creator, because for me, it's the word of a musician in love with their art, and it goes beyond of the tags that the media say. So please tell us because about Twilight Time and about how you label it.
Well, I don't label anything. I don't do that, and I don't care what the people say at all. I mean, I'm not here to please people. I'm here to please myself in music. I've never done anything to please anyone in this, you know, this music. So, I mean, Twilight Time, we recorded that and mixed it was like 10 days. It was a bit more. So that was like 92, and that was when we started getting attention outside Finland from Japan, and so that there was like interest there. So I flew there to do some promotion, and that's when it really started, you know, getting bigger outside Finland. I mean, in Finland, nobody really cared about us in the beginning. It was really nobody there. So we just, also Twilight Time was exactly when there was grunge, like Nirvana and all these bands coming. And we were like, okay, well, we don't really care because we were just doing, always have done the same thing, you know, what we wanted to do. And people don't understand this, that me as a composer and an artist, I cannot do things for them. You understand? I cannot write stuff based my expectation that they would like it. I can't do that, you know. So I can just write the songs and how I feel them, and if they like it, that's a really cool thing, you know. But other than that, I don't do anything like that.
As a fan of your work, thank you for thinking of that. And it's crazy because later, Jhon, déjame esta. Later we see that explosion not coming only to Asia, but Latin America. In fact, you know, here we rave with your music. And I remember, yes, very, very back in time, early time, when Black Diamond came out. I remember the video that I suppose it was filmed on Japan, and we see the people, the raving, but it's crazy because, and now we know that you are on tour, and hopefully I will see you when you come to my city. And because
where are you guys?
We are in Cucuta, and no, yes.
Okay.
And maybe you may know that this is the first beat concert in Cucuta. The beat.
We've heard it. We know about this, so we are looking forward very much to play.
Yes, so how do you... And going back, because Jhon, tú le quieres preguntar sobre Dreamspace, ¿cierto?
Sí. Okay.
Yeah, Jhon want to ask you about Dreamspace, but I want to add you, Jess, how do you receive when the explosion came to Latin America, and when Latin America embraced that sound, embraced that feeling? Tell us, Master.
That was, I think, 97 with Visions. That's when it really, you know, because that's when we came here for the first time. We came to Brazil for the first time. We had no idea what's going on in here. And suddenly we had like 2,000 people, 3,000 people in the audience who knew the songs. We were like, what is this now? I mean, we had no idea. We just a bunch of guys from Scandinavia. We didn't know. So that's when it really started. Then we could see how much people laughed at music and learned the lyrics and were really into that. So that's, of course, the best thing that a musician can hope when they play live. You know.
Wow. And I cannot wait to see the full Visions album when you are here. But Jhon got more questions. Dime, Jhon.
Master, también yo quisiera comentarle de que obviamente cuando Andrés referenció Dreamspace, en la mayoría de los, es que en YouTube hay muchos documentales mini que hacen sobre ti, lo cual es fantástico, y me hizo recordar algo. Yo hice una investigación referente de que aparte de Dreamspace hay un sencillo de 3 canciones que se llama Winds of Tomorrow, que es para un equipo de básquet que era una liga. Entonces yo quisiera preguntarle sobre cómo fue la experiencia tras realizar este gran tema de 3 sencillos, y no sé también, o sea, preguntarle sobre el reinado del terror. De Dreamspace, el tema del reinado del terror me parece fantástico. Yo digo que es uno de los temas que yo quedo pasmado.
It's crazy because my friend Jhon, he's starting to enter in this world we can call metal or heavy music, and he listened to Winds of Tomorrow and Night Terror, and he really got like, wow. He want to know, because we know that this single is for basket teams or something, and how was the experience recording this? And also because Jhon loved it, and it's great because Jhon is starting to enter in this music that I have been listening for years.
Right. I mean, that song was actually an anthem for Greek basketball team. They picked it up. So there was a like European tournament in basketball in Athens, and every time they played the Greek team, they played that song. And I remember they invited me to the Athens to celebrate, you know, but then they lost. Actually, they didn't win the game, so then I couldn't go. But then they put out this vinyl version with the basketball. And everybody's like, what the hell is that? Why there's a basketball, you know? But that's the explanation. It's a Greek basketball anthem, you know?
I will jump out and I will translate this. Jhon, qué
Okay.
pena, aquí sí traduzco esto porque la historia es increíble y creo que primera vez que se sabe en un canal. Sí, es la canción, de hecho es el himno de básquetbol de
Wow.
Grecia. Él fue invitado a Atenas, pero adivina qué pasó. Resulta
Dime.
que como que perdieron y la gente cuando salió el disco se quedó como, ¿qué es esto? Porque incluso de la forma del LP y el sí era una pelota de básquet y todo. Entonces es como una rareza, pero es un himno en Atenas. Creo que te felicito por esa pregunta.
Ah.
Great answer and great question, Jhon.
Eso es un
Con-
recuerdo total. Además, yo sé que, bueno, yo quisiera preguntarle, aparte de Angels of the Apocalypse, pero quisiera
Apocalipsis.
preguntarle sobre, bueno, Timo, yo sé que tú escribiste un libro, o sea, 1000 años de soledad, pero yo quisiera no recalcar cómo fue el proceso, sino quisiera preguntarte, ¿alguna vez tendrás un segundo libro ya como un hombre ya diciendo, ya viví todo, ya experimenté todo lo que quería? Cuéntanos.
This is a great question from Jhon because we know that you got your boot, but
Mhm.
there will be like a possibility of a second boot, knowing that you had done everything, experimented everything, tell everything, and we know that you are an amazing writer. So there's like a possibility of a second boot. And I want to ask you about the title because you know that we're in Colombia. Here is 100 years of solitude. You are like 1,000 years of solitude. So tell me.
Oh, okay. Well, that was just something I wrote. I mean, in one summer, I had all this. I went through all this crap before, in my life, so I needed to express that in some form, and that literature it's a really cool way to do that. And of course, maybe there's more books coming. I have some plans to do certain things in my career, but that's just how would I say this? I mean, I'm not the same guy anymore I was, when I wrote the book. So, by the way, everybody can download this now from my website for free. The link is in my Facebook. So, this book can be downloaded in Spanish from my website for free.
When Jhon upload this interview, we will let the link so people can download this.
Sure.
Yes,
Exactly.
sure.
Cool. Thank you.
And for me, it's like a dream because as a writer, talking to you, being a writer is like a dream. No, I'm telling Jhon because he's writing me. For me, I'm fulfilling a dream, but continue, Jhon, continúa, Jhon.
Okay. Vea cómo es la vida, Timo, porque vea que cuando yo escuché el álbum Angels of de Apocalypse, discúlpame inglés, I'm sorry for my English.
Jhon is saying sorry for his English,
okay,
but
no
it's okay, don't
Angels
worry.
of Apocalypse, hay un tema que se llama El Paraíso Perdido. Uy, santísimo, yo quisiera preguntarle cómo fue el poder planificar no solo el tema del acorde de la melodía, sino también cuál es el significado verdadero que esconde detrás de la letra, porque es uno de los temas que no tiene como que mucha profundidad y es el único, o sea, tema en el que yo quedo como que, wow, quisiera preguntarle a Timo sobre esto. Cuéntanos.
Y voy a complementar. Okay, this is a miss question from Jhon and from myself, because yes, he's asking about Angels of the Apocalypse from Timmo Tolkki's Avalon, and more for the song The Paradise Lost. You wanna know? I think I know, but I wanna know about you about yes, the reference. I don't know if about the famous book or the reference that you got for this, but I wanna ask you something because you are part of you make part of many projects that sometimes the people call art like metal operas. In fact, I remember the things that you did with Symphonia.
I think that, the only metal opera really that ever was done was Anastasia.
Yes.
I mean, that is really it's Tobias Sammet's brainchild and it's his thing. And there have been done so many in the name of metal operas that to me is like, with a really poor production, like thousands of them. So I don't think it's just copying an idea.
Yes.
I don't like this. I really don't like that.
But tell us, and no, thank you, because yes, I freaking love the Metal Opera 1 and Part 2, and it's great to listen you and hear you as doing as the
Oh,
the
I was
voice and the
there.
tower.
I was there
Yes,
on the both records.
yes, but tell us more about yes, your work in Timmo Tolkki's Avalon and creating this, ensembling this, and please, please to Jhon that he wanna know more about the Paradise Lost.
Well, Paradise Lost is one part of the story. I mean, this Apocalypse record is a kind of a conceptual album. There's like God decides to destroy mankind. You know, that's basically the story. So in this record, there's an element of God sees how things are here and decides to destroy the people, but with love. That's the basic of the story.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will translate. Jhon, tengo que traducir.
Por favor.
Sí, se habla de un Dios destruyendo al mundo, pero ahí con qué elemento? Con el amor.
Wow.
Y el maestro lo dijo y tiene razón. Sí, claro, él participó en The Metal Opera parte.
The other question, of course, how do you destroy something with love?
Yes, how?
Yeah. Well, it's subjective, but I think that that includes being very sad about that. You know, seeing that that everything was somehow became bad, you know, and then probably this God element was thinking in the actual record that I have to do this, but I'm really sad about this. I guess that's what it is.
No.
Yeah.
And in fact, don't worry that I will later translate
everything. Yeah, sure, okay.
Yo no sé si tienes más, yo estoy.
Yo quisiera preguntarle sobre, es que en el álbum Angels of the Apocalypse, yes, es que hay una parte en la que yo le pregunto sobre el paraíso perdido, pero también está conectado al segundo título de la canción Jesús te está cayendo, porque tiene como mucha, o sea, similitud en que aparte del teclado y la guitarra que tú lo haces, es como la misma línea, como un salto a como es completar la historia o es iniciarla.
Ok, bueno, Jhon, yo le preguntaré, pero sí, generalmente en el metal las composiciones se hacen como álbumes conceptuales, but sí, okay, Timmo, as I tell you later, Jhon is entering this world. I know about the concept of conceptual albums, and I know that you got it so clear, but Jhon want to know, yes, how this song that struck him is linked to the other ones, and yes, how was built this song ends, start the other with the full message of Angels of the Apocalypse.
Well, actually that record, I went to Greece to compose the record. And I remember I was there, I had this fantastic apartment that I saw Acropolis from the apartment. So every night I saw the Acropolis with beautiful lights. You know, it was lighted up. So I just remember that the songs were not coming. You know, I was like 2 weeks there. I had no songs, and that was probably for the first time. And then they started to come, and as in my case, is that they come really fast. You know, so for me, composing is nothing to do with brain. It's not an intellectual process at all. It's more like spiritual process for me.
And I can feel that spirituality in that in every composition, Master. Jhon, I'm just, no sé, yo estoy wow, pero dime tú.
I'm very happy, porque es algo genial y poder comprender un poco más su música, porque yo soy como el lado más, no sé, yo pienso que tengo como más sentido de encontrarle como ese mensaje oculto, la música. Yo quisiera preguntarle sobre Intermission, es el álbum que obviamente es uno de los más significativos en cuestión, aparte de Visions, y pues yo quisiera comentarte sobre el poder estructurar todo lo que es en cuestión de la guitarra, en la cuestión del mensaje. ¿Cuál es el mensaje que aún sigue en vigencia del álbum? ¿Cuál es ese mensaje que sigue aún.
Y es buena pregunta porque es una compilación. Okay. About the compilation intermission, how did you build it? And as we know that it's a compilation, Jhon got a great question. What is the message or that you want that this compilation getting all these songs and mostly all these aspects of the, let's say it, the best years with you in Stratovarius?
Well, the intermission is break, you know. It means you take a break. We have been done that with the guys since 96, so episode Visions, Destiny, Infinity. And then we thought it's time to, you know, sit down and stop for a while. But then the record company, as they would always make money, then they came up with this idea to release something like that. So that's why we put it out, actually, in the first place.
What, by the way, my two favorites are always Visions and Episode, but yes, why bringing in this tour the Visions? I know the songs, of course, The Kiss of Judas, Blood Diamond, my favorite that is coming on, but why this album is so meaningful to you to go play it on a tour? How does it mean to you? Because we know that what means to us, but we want to know it with the guy himself that create the reeds and the melodies.
With the, you mean Visions?
Yes.
Visions, right? Well, I mean, this year is 25th anniversary. You know, I was thinking about this idea last year that we should do something about it. And then I decided to put this tour together. So I got in touch with some of my friends, and now we have the lineup. We have a new song. We will release the new song in the beginning of next month with a video. So it's going to be for this tour, a promotion for the tour. It's a brand new song, you know, from these guys. Conti is singing, all these guys are in it. Visions is really that album where the whole thing really went popular. That was when it really took off with that one. We just knew we had to match it. We all knew it in the studio. We had the songs, everything was there. Everything was super easy, natural, really, really good energy. So it's a special, but all the records are great. I can't say, you know, what is better than other one, because they are all statements, you know.
You bring me back in time because the first song I listened to from you was Stratosphere. And I know it's an instrumental, and I get like, whoa. Then I got a girlfriend, and she was so much in Visions, Blood Diamond, and everything. But for me, it was like a stroke. I was like, I haven't listened to somebody playing the guitar like that. I mean, it's like, whoa. So I want to tell you this personally, but yes, you're right. We cannot decide about Destiny, about Visions. I know that, Jhon, ¿tienes más o cerramos con broche de oro?
Bueno, yo tengo dos preguntas, pero de igual forma yo quiero preguntarle, valga la redundancia ahí, en Visión de Europa sacó en el 98, que es un tema bastante inédito en cualquier concepto musical, y en el 2016 hicieron una remasterización. Entonces, mi pregunta es, Timmo, o sea, lo más así curioso es, ¿qué es lo que tiene alguna diferencia de la remasterización o que de pronto haya permanecido la esencia de ese álbum? Porque muchos dicen que ese álbum pues se mantiene vigente, pero no sé qué te parezca a usted, si es así como dicen tus fans o no.
Okay, so this is an interesting question about the remasterizations or previous works. Do you think that doing it? I know it's a very good question. Do you think that the essence is still there? Do you prefer like the first recordings, or what are your opinion about with the remasterizations of previous works? Talking about, of course, visions of Europe or something, or some works like that.
Well, I would say rightfully so that these records are perfect when they were born. There's nothing to remaster. So the only reason they do this is the record company makes money from them. And me too, and the guys too. So it's okay. But as a sound-wise, when they say remastered, it means that they are treating the mixes with EQ. And I don't know actually what they're doing. To me, it sounds the same. Maybe they don't even do anything. You know, I don't know. I wasn't there. So I don't think it's necessary to do. I don't think so.
For me, they all still holding right. For me,
It's the same fucking thing, you know. Because nothing is new. I mean, it sounds the same to me.
The same fucking thing, man. Yes. La misma puta cosa in Spanish.
Yeah,
Jhon,
exactly.
Jhon,
I understand.
dime más.
Es que, bueno, de visión de Europa, yo quisiera preguntarle porque sé que Timo está muy empapado en lo que pasa en la música actual, en la música de Europa. Entonces yo quisiera preguntarle cuál es tu visión de Europa o Europa, ¿qué tiene la visión de Timmo Tolkki en la música? Tus fans.
Y final?
Sí.
So final, yeah, now the final question before we send the picture and the hi. What is the vision that you got from Europe musically, and what do you think that Europe, and I will add the word, take from your work as a musician?
You mean what I'm trying to say in my music? I mean, look, I'm a musician. I write songs. I'm a producer. I write about life. I write about things what I feel, what I see around me, and I have to do that because that's who I am. And I never analyze my things. I just really write them. And you know, many people, they find all kinds of meanings in those songs, and which is fine. That's exactly what music is about. You should do that. But me as a composer, I don't analyze. I don't label my things. I never thought we are power metal band. I never thought so. I thought we are just playing music. I don't know what you want to call it. I have no problem if somebody calls it power metal, but to me, it's not power metal. No.
For me, as a fan, knowing that you watch your work more spiritually than intellectually made me understand it more.
Yeah, well, spiritual is difficult because if you say you are spiritual, you probably are not. Because that's the ego thing. That the ego says I'm spiritual, but if you really are, I don't think you should say it. In my case, I'm a public person, and I can say that I am. But what does that mean? That's very private. You know?
Yes. And by the way, I'm glad that because I really hate, and I will say it personally as a fan, I hate when channels start talking about the private. For me, the only thing that matters for an artist is their work, their homework.
I have been very honest about my life and my things, but spirituality is a very private thing for me. So I can talk about the universe and a lot of things in it, but it's always my opinion, and that doesn't mean that it's the right one. I don't think there is such a thing.
As a fan, I love to see you fine, Ray.
Yeah.
Like you say, like as a new person. Jhon,
Yeah,
yo ya le dije.
Yeah.
No, yo no sé qué quieres decirle.
Yo quiero felicitarte y también bueno, esta es una pregunta rápida. Es que me tiene muy emocionado. ¿Cuál es el legado que Timmo Tolkki quiere dejar en la tierra, en la música, todo?
Okay, as a wrap up, before this ends, what is the legacy that you wanna give in the earth, in the history? I don't know.
Oh, that's a big one. I think my best work is still coming. You know, I think it's a lot of things that I haven't still done, and I think I just know that something very big is coming, and it takes some time. Now I am composing new songs, so we're gonna do this tour. See you guys there, and we record a live record in Mexico City. We release it in July, and then we released a brand new studio album in October with this lineup. That's brand new album with new songs, 11, 12 songs, and then I have some plans, but it's too early to say. But it's going to be something really special.
We cannot wait. Timmo, the camera is yours. Say a hi to the channel. It's called Jhon Jatenjor Interviews. Jhon, escríbelo. And say hi to Colombia, to the people that is watching. Get your social media so people can follow you. Invite people to your tour. If you want to invite people in Cucuta, go ahead.
How the fuck to say this? Jatenjor.
You can call it Jhon's channel. Yes, I say this. Thank God you say it, because I always say the same to Jhon. Jhon, what the fuck is that? No.
That's fucking difficult.
Yeah, the Jhon's channel. No, the channel, the Jhon's channel. Jhon's channel. Only Jhon. Go ahead, Timmo.
Hello, this is Timmo Tolkki speaking from Mexico. I look forward very much, me, Alessandro Conti, Alex Vandenberg, Mikko Härkin, and Jari Kaimonen, to come to play with you guys. So you in Cali, Bogota, Medellin, and Cucuta. Hope to see you all there very soon. Thanks for all the support for 20 years or more. Thank you. Sure.
For me,
okay.
I will say this speech forever.
Wow.
We will meet in the concert. So.
Oh,
yeah.
I hope so.
Wow.
I have the set list here.
Oh, Master.
Jhon me diste mi regalo de cumpleaños. Jhon gave me my present for my birthday from this year. No, for me.
Cool.
No,
Oh,
thanks to you,
Timmo,
man.
gracias por esta oportunidad. De hecho, yo quisiera decirte que nos dé la bendición por mí, Andrés, al canal. Sería un honor.
As, for end this, Jhon wants that you bless us, so please bless us, man.
Come on, I don't just no, that's too
Él
much.
dice que no. No, Jhon, don't ask this thing. Jhon, no preguntes. No, I feel blessed. I feel blessed talking to you.
Yeah.
Let's see in May in Cucuta.
Yeah, we'll see. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thanks to you,
See you
Master.
soon.
See you soon. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Ciao.
Bye bye, Timmo.
Bye.
Bye.